I have a box stand, any with a white splash of paint on. They were prototypes. When I started making these box stands, I made lots of different sizes, tried out all sorts until I finally settled on the one I use now. So I saved all these, and they're just handy as stands, general stands, handy for doing this job. Box stand down there, clear the board that way up, and I just stack the sofas on top of it. The crop overall isn't very good. Some hives have done exceptionally well, and that makes you think if only they'd all been managed that way you'd have had a good crop, but who knows. Some of the young bees, they don't tend to clear as quick. Now, the most important part about this job when the weather's like this is checking that colony and just seeing if they have any honey in reserve. It's a simple hep. Have a bit, not masses. We have some empty supers on them. I still have an odd super with a bit of honey in from last year, so these will help these. There's not many left now, they're mostly dry supers. And that one. With some of them, I'm leaving a super, a part super of honey on them. I just don't know quite where we're going with the weather. I lift these supers off one at a time to break any brace comb. It allows the bees to clean it up before I blow the bees out the boxes. Now it's bad for brace comb. It hasn't been a very big crop. It'd be worse if it was a better crop, and certainly if they're on the heather, that's when they really do draw the brace comb. Sometimes just stagger the boxes a bit like that to avoid pushing bees. The comb there meeting up with the frame below, if I offset it I'm hoping it'll fall into the gaps. It does to a certain extent, but it's not all through. I'm babbling on again, not making any sense. Taking in the frames in the box below. Right. Just going to heft them at that. So you can see that from there. I'm going to feel how heavy they are with that super left on. Yeah, I'm leaving that bottom one on. There's a bit of brood in it. I'm leaving that bottom one on, there's a bit of honey in it. And what they tend to do with these Smith hives, because the brood boxes are so small, you tend to have honey perhaps in the outside couple of frames, and then as you go in progressively there's more and more pollen, or the cells are left open expecting the queen to come up and lay in that arc over there. But because the queen excluded, she can't get up. So I'm going to leave that on. Just gives them a bit of reserve of food. I'm going to stick another couple of supers on as well. Just getting a bit fed up again, aren't you, bees? Bloody weather. I usually like to go 6 high. I can go up to 8 high, but I find if they're left at 5 or perhaps 6 high, they tend to clear quicker. In fact, as that's 5 high and we're going on to a fresh hive, I'll leave that at 5 high. There's boxes off 2 different hives there. They don't tend to fight, it tends to be okay. Occasionally you get a few dead bees on the bottom clear board, but as often as not, no, it's not a problem. Right up, the sun's coming out. Bloody hell, fanfare for the sun. Might start blowing a cold breeze at the same time. So. Fucking hang me out. I'll wear the thicker leather gloves and long gauntlets when I'm doing box work like this. Them nitrile gloves just get ripped to shreds in no time. So. I'm gonna leave, yeah. I'll just show you. There's a bit of honey in there. That one probably a bit on the outside here, and then the other side. They will have that curve that they keep for the brood area, sort of an arc around there, and these middle combs will have very little honey in. A lot of empty cells, a lot of pollen. So yeah, they can keep that. That's their reserve. Get them through what maybe a few hard days or weeks, I don't know. It's the thing that makes or breaks the job, really, the weather. I mean, if people can do what they like, they can breed super bees, they can, yeah, good management can help. If the weather's again you, there's not a lot you can do. There's the usual thing, a little bit of wax moth, they're in the supers. In the honey boxes, I don't normally suffer with that at all. But a little bit there, a little bit of webbing. Bees will soon sort that out. These boxes haven't been on the hive since last year, so it's another reason for giving them more than they need, really, just to get them on, let them sort out any issues with wax moth or whatever. Now, this is number 74. Notorious for being a little touchy. The sun is coming out, that'll help. Right, ladies, here we go. Behave yourselves. That's heavy. Good account of themselves anyway. I'd only been late, I would have left the crown board on, it would have gone back up top. This is dried up. Fondant there. I don't know how heavy they are, they may get their bottom box left as well. Just insurance against all this bad weather. Yeah, I'm leaving that one, I'm leaving it. I've got these stacks lifted off now. And what you hope to see, once you've got them lifted off, is this. Well, I would like to see them coming out a bit faster than that, really, but if we can find a better one. What you hope to see is this. These exiting these escapes at a steady rate and flying back to the hives. Ideally, they want about 2 hours left like this, but not always possible. And the way the weather is today, I may have to push them a bit. And then if we go to the front of the hives, not very good light in here, but you can see the bees set up fanning. The first few seem to get back, set up the fanning response, pushing that pheromone out into the air, attracting all their mates back in to the hive. Next one's doing it as well. Just pulling those bees out of the air back to the hive entrance. And it seems to work even with the youngest of bees. They've never flown before. Here's another fine example of them fanning. The Nasinoff gland exposed at the back of the bees. little light coloured dot, blowing air over that, giving out the scent, pulling the other bees back to them, attracting them back to the hive. They're all at it down here now. Nice when it works. However, it doesn't always work. That one's going really well. There's nothing wrong with them sitting like that. If you watch them, they walk around a few times and then eventually take to the air. Back to the hives, back home. But there's one over here. Well, they're starting to go a little bit better now. But if there's a queen or a virgin queen in them boxes, or any brood, they just won't leave it. They are leaving, they're a bit slow off the mark then. One of the first stacks I did. Patience is required here. Oh, as I say, I got delayed this morning, it was terrible. Thundery, awful wet weather. I think it's Sunday the 26th, I think. I lose track of days, really. I'm just wanting to get this honey off. So it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. I intended starting earlier, well, much earlier on this morning, but delayed. The weather was just too bad. So I'm just looking to the west and wondering what's coming our way. Hopefully we're going to be all right. Hopefully, I'd like to give them another hour. I haven't had any bait yet. Bait, snap, allowance, different names for it. We call it bait around here. My sandwiches and a drink. So I'm just going to walk off far enough away so I can take my hood down. I just now need to walk far enough away so I can check my hood down, get something to eat and drink, come back and start blowing these bees out. That's the plan. Yeah, some of them starting to clear really well now. Just have a peek underneath and see. Still something to go, but yeah. Right, so I'm going to start blowing. I started over this side. There's 2 stacks there, a stack there and a stack there on the lean. Hopefully there won't be many left in. I'm using my blow chute as well. If there's hardly any bees left in, I sometimes just point the boxes towards the hive entrance and blow them in. But in this case, I'm going to actually use the blow chute. And that directs the bees down at the bottom at the base of the hive. There. And then those bees are fanning. So the bees will get drawn up into there. Not always particular which hive I do this in front of. I don't know that it matters. Like these boxes have really come off them 2 hives there. But yeah, I don't think it'll matter. Right, we'll have a go. By holding the blower well above the box, it's easing the air pressure on the bees, a bit gentler on them, and it's also keeping the fumes away from the honey. A blast from above, and then turn the box on its end, and another blow from underneath usually gets rid of any remaining bees. Job done. There's just not enough expletives in the English language to describe how I'm feeling right now, honestly. Have these 3.5 stacks left to blow, and it's absolutely hossing it down again. God almighty. It's enough to say it off, it really is. Anyway, I'm going to strap that first pallet. I've got my first pallet on. 6i, 24 boxes, I'm going to strap that. And then start and load the second. Got that lot loaded. There's 46 boxes 24 on that one, 4 6s, and 2 6s and 2 5s on that one. 46 boxes off 17 production colonies, 2.5 boxes roughly per hive. They're not very full. I mean, other ones are full, some only have 2 frames in. They're probably going to average, I would think from experience, if we do £10 a box out of this lot, that'll be about it. We get £400 only off that. That's about where we're going to be. So it's not a massive crop by any means, but with the weather and one thing and another, we can't expect any other, can we? No, just fighting the weather all the time really, even now. Anyway, I'm going to wait, get these back in my shed into a warming room, dehumidifier run to try and dry everything out a bit. So I've got these boxes back in the shed. Clear the bottoms off. Obviously, there's been some rain while I was taking these off, so now I like to stagger the boxes on the pallet and put them in my warming room. There's a heater on in there, temperature up to about 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and a dehumidifier and try and dry everything out so the boxes are a bit damp in places. So, I think I should build pallets sometimes with an opening in the bottom and a slide. So I could load them on one side, bring them back, pull the slide out and let the air circulate through. It'll take a lot of doing. And how many would I need? As I thought. I hate this job. There's a wall mounted fan in my warming room as well, so that's circulating the air. Just stagger them. Let the air circulate through. See in there, I think some of them boxes are a bit damp. The bottom of the pallet's a bit damp as well. I should probably take them off and put them on a fresh pallet, but that dehumidifier doesn't have to draw some moisture out of the atmosphere. I think they'll be alright. Right, we'll do the other one and get them in the warming room. And then our warming room, the 46 boxes I brought in today. And there's a heap of 7 there from what I brought in 52 yesterday. My daughter's been on extracting them today, and she found 7 boxes worth of comb where the moisture was high. So we've gone back in. I'm going to stack them 7 on top of them pallets, and they'll be ready for extracting tomorrow, hopefully. It's very difficult this with the spring honey. You wait too long and it granulates, you go too soon and you're risking high moisture. You've got to sort of draw a line somewhere between the two, and most of these combs will be alright. Sometimes it's just an odd outside one, outside of the box where the moisture will be a bit high, and they're the ones that don't get extracted. Go back into boxes and back in for another night in here. So yeah, as I say, not a great crop. Yesterday's 52 boxes have yielded 17 £30 buckets of honey. That's £510. Be a bit more than that because we put more than £30 in a bucket. Price of buckets now, we've really got to make the most of them, so tend to put 31, 32, occasionally £33 goes in a bucket. So anyway, yesterday's yield averaged about £10 a box, which is what it tends to be. When you get these poor crops, as I say, some boxes will be full, others only 2 or 3 combs, and it usually works out, the average is usually about £10 per box brought in. So yeah, 10 days ago I made these top splits up in these deep boxes. Just going through now and checking the queen cells out. I'm going to show you how I leave the hives after I've done that. I do like this system, but it does have some problems. One of the problems is that as this brood hatches out, of course, the bees use this top box as a super. You get an awful lot of honey stored in it. We aren't really set up for extracting deep frames. So I like to try and get the honey out of this top box if I can. I'm only a bit temperamental again today. I've had weeks of this. It's weather, I'm sure. take the bees off, quick check. If the queen cells, dead easy to miss them of course. There's an awful lot of smoke today. Constant threat of thunder. So that's day 2. Today's the 27th of May. We've actually started taking our spring crop off. So 10 days since this top split was done. There's another 11 days for all the worker brood to hatch out, another 14 days until all the drone brood will hatch out. 21 days for worker, egg to adult feed, 24 days for the drone. So if I was to use this as a super, I couldn't take it for honey for another fortnight, by which time we'll have finished extracting our spring crop anyway, so the timing doesn't fit in, they're the wrong size frames. And you're not finding any queen cells. They don't always build them. Everyone I've done today so far has had queen cells, but the one I decided to try and record. Anyway, it doesn't matter because the idea is to show you how I leave the hive after I've checked the queen cells. No queen cells in this one. There, first one today where there hasn't been. They don't always build them. Sometimes thinking it's a really good young queen down below. She's maybe giving off enough pheromone to inhibit the cell building. Even what? Separated by 3 supers. Yeah, so if that's just left like that now, they're going to fill that with honey. I don't want that. So we're not really geared up for extracting deep frames, and it's going to be another fortnight before I can take it anyway. So, lift that off. Not particularly strong colony anyway, this to have done his own, to be honest. Downboard then goes back on. Then take a couple of bits of hardboard. Hardboard, thin plywood, anything will do. The middle hole, cover up completely. This one, I try to leave wax out. That one, I just try to leave a little gap. Single bee space if I can do it, but try to leave as small a gap as possible. These can still get through. The more I think about this, the harder it gets to judge how big that hole should be. Anyway, I'm going to leave that. And the idea is to try and cut off this top box. Not cut it off completely, but give the bees a feeling of square enough. But it's been remote. I also, the rim, these feeding rims over there, I used to just put them on when I was feeding fondant. But I find them handy for this, so I just leave them all the time now. Get used to sometimes. That then goes on again, further in the distance from the brood in here to the queen and all the new brood down below. And then I just simply lift the box back on top. That way, hopefully, not only will they not store any more honey in this top box, they may even take some of that down. That's the idea. I find this system useful for getting old comb out, to be honest. Some of that wasn't so bad. But I find old combs quite easy to deal with. It has no honey in. I can burn it next winter. So these boxes are just better without honey.
Once I get all the boxes off the hives and into stacks, I'll count them up to see how many there is in total and work out how high I need to go with the pallets. Occasionally that means going 7 high. Madness really, and you do try to find a light box to go on the very top.
That's half of one. I'll just get them straps. I've already got the straps laid underneath and fed out to the side. That one goes that way, that one's for this empty pallet. Same on this side. If you don't get them under before you start filling your pallets, you suddenly find you 2 pallets on and no way strapping them. I only know that because I've done it. Eat-oh. Just climbed up on the pickup. Just have a look at these pallet of boxes from the top. Got a twist in the strap there, which annoys me, but it doesn't really matter. I read some research and 2 or 3 twists in a strap don't make it any weaker. A knot does, twists don't. I make sure I don't get knots in these. So 4 heaps on the pallet, 7 high, 28 boxes, and they're all topped off with a escape board turned upside down. That way any bees that are trapped in there have a chance to escape, fly back to the house before I leave. It also stops bees entering the boxes. Well, that's the idea anyway. Right, we'll get this other one loaded. There was 57 boxes and I found a very light one, so I'll put it back. That makes 56 boxes in total. 2 pallets, 28 each, 56 in total. Just keeps things simple. Right, we'll get the other side loaded. We're done, fully loaded.
If you like this channel, please subscribe. It won't cost you anything and helps us out enormously. Thanks for watching Swales Honey in North Yorkshire.
Take box stands there, blower chute there, 2 pallets of boxes, 2 stacks of clearer boards, a couple of bee blowers, and we're off. And I'm not sorry I'm done.